Hey everybody, thanks so much for stopping by. I have just created a really simple, quick birthday card for my son Jordan, who's turning 21 on the 13th of April. And I wanted to make it look more professional than using the print and cut features off of Cricut Design Space with the 65-pound weight cardstock. First, I'm going to show you how I designed this part, and then I've cut it out already, so then I'll take you over to my craft area and show the differences between the three things that I've come up with. All right, so first of all, I'm going to just take this apart and put it down here and show you what I did. Let's just say for some reason, after all the paper that you have, I'm speaking for myself here, and I think many other women and men out there that are crafters were like paper hoarders. I seriously could not find in any of my stash brown dotted Swiss paper. So I thought, oh, that's right, I can design it on Cricut Design Space. So here's what I did. I clicked on my shapes and the square. Then I went over to the size and I unlocked the lock aspect. And I just did a 4.25 by a 5.5. Now that is an A2 size card. So that's that. Now I wanted a pattern. So I'm going to go over here to the fill and I'm going to click on the arrow down, and since it's going to be a print, I'm going to click on print. Then I want to change the color. So I want to go onto that little black square and click on that. Now I want advanced. I don't want not advanced. I want to change the color to a pattern. So I'm going to click on the pattern, and then I'm going to filter it to brown only. And I basically just went through here, you know, little bit by little bit. Now here's a really cool feature that I've just discovered. I'm sure you guys already know this, but if you click on this, it's going to load the print. And let's move this over here like this. Oh, that's not going to. Okay, I'll move this one. Look at how cute that is. But if you try to print this out on regular cardstock, the dimension and the colors are just not there. So I'm kind of giving away my secret here. I'm going to delete this because I've already chosen the pattern that I want. So that's how you do that. For this guy right here, what I did was I went back into my shapes. I clicked on square. I sized it, first unlocking it to 4.0, which is a little bit smaller than that one layer that we just created, to 5.25. Now I want it to be white so that I can see all the images that I'm putting on here. So I'm going to go over here to the line type, cut, click on the black square, and I'm going to turn it into white. Just easier for me. Then I'm going to do a text. I'm going to click on the text and I'm going to type in happy 21st birthday on the first line. And then on the second line, I'm going to click on the text and I'm going to type in his name. Okay, now this is not the font that I want. So I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to do filter, writing font only. Then I don't recall the actual name of the font that I used. Let's just use Fantastic Fonts. I believe that's on Cricut Access, so I don't have to pay for it. And Adorable. Not the one that I used, but still good. So you can see this is huge. So we're going to go over to the size, as long as you're clicked on your image here, which did not mean to double click. And I'm going to bring that down to a 3.75. Now keep in mind this layer is 4 inches wide. Okay, very cute. If you want your font to be taller, unlock it, go over to the height, and I'm just going to change it to 0.5. It was 0.435 as the font. Okay, then I'm going to go back into the Jordan name, and I'm going to find Fantastic Fonts again. Oops, passed it up. Let's see, I'm trying to find the one I picked. I think it is this one. And there's his name. So I want to bring that down a little bit more, so I'm going to unlock it. Change the width to 3.0. I don't like the height of that, so I'm going to go over to the height of it and do 0.75. So I want his name to be a little bit taller than the happy birthday. All right, so I'm going to put a cupcake on here. I'm going to click on images. I'm going to type in cupcake in the search bar. And when I did this, the first time, I hadn't been on Cricut Design Space for a while, but I just have to scroll through here real quick and show you all these adorable print and cut cupcakes. Now they're all from different image sets. Some are from Halloween cupcakes, and some are from this one here in particular is called Delicious Cupcake Printables. All right, so I'm going to click off that, and I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to put it on my mat. That's going to go just like this. I like the size of it, but you can make it a little smaller if you want. Now, if you're concerned about it not being all lined up, you want to highlight it. You want to go to Align and center it horizontally. I don't know if you noticed how it all aligned up perfectly. There's two things that you can do here now. If you click on the whole thing, if you highlight the whole thing, and you go down to your bottom right corner down here, your choices are to attach or to flatten it. If you want this here to be written out by your Cricut with a pen in your machine, you're just going to want to attach it. And what it'll do is you'll put your cardstock in your printer, and it'll print this out like so, and then you'll put it in your printer and it'll write this out. But for this card, I'm going to go ahead and flatten the whole thing so that when I print it out of my printer, all this that you see on here is going to print, and then when I put it in my Cricut, it's going to cut that layer for you. Let me just go over to the print section. Okay, so there's my brown paper that I'm going to print and cut. And because I left that old cupcake on there, it's showing this one here. But this is just to show you how it's going to cut out when you print it out of your printer. So I'm going to cancel that, and I'm going to go over to my craft mat and show you exactly what I did here. All right, so I went ahead and put the final card together with the layers. I chose to use the glossy for this card. I liked the way that it was, the colors in it were more crisp. That's the only way I think I can describe it for this layer here, as well as the layer with the cupcake. I did also add some enamel dots and some stickles. I think that looks really cute as well. And then, everybody will sign it once they, get here. So hopefully they'll do that before he gets here for the cake. And then the inside, I'm just going to leave that blank. All right, but the purpose of this part of this video is to show you the differences between the cardstock 65-pound weight, the matte photo paper, and then the glossy. So this is the matte photo paper. You probably can't tell the difference on the video, but the matte photo paper the colors aren't as vibrant. Let's kind of put that right next to each other here. The colors aren't as vibrant, and there's a little less crispiness to it. I still like it though. So if I run out of my glossy, I can definitely use this. Now, making a bunch of cards with photo paper could get expensive. So if you're gonna do, duplicates, I'd stick to the cardstock. But if you want it to look more professional, definitely use the photo paper. This is the photo paper I use for the mat. It doesn't matter what name brand, but you need to make sure that it's compatible to your printer. Like I have an inkjet printer. If you have a LaserJet, you want to make sure you get the LaserJet paper. So that's that. Now, I wanted to also mention, you could do this, and this was an afterthought. I probably would have liked to have done this. If you print out 2 of these, I did this, the glossy, it would have been really cute if I would have put some foam adhesive behind there and popped it up a little bit. That's even more professional looking. But I didn't. But this is just an extra cupcake. I was fiddle farting around, so I could do that. But you know, it's just, those are the 3 different ways. I'm babbling on here, but I'm really excited. I wanted to share this with you. It's one of those ideas that pops into my head, and I just got to do it. So glossy paper, matte paper, or cardstock, it all works out really great. Thanks so much for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please do so in the comment section, and I'll get back to you. Have a great day.